Hello, darlings. It's 4 o'clock and it's dark already. That's right, winter is upon us in England. Anyway, I hope you're all doing really well. So this week I've brought you something from the world of Warcraft. So for all those who have been doing the Tower of the Damned or Torghast, I've got you my protection warrior build. So I used this to get to level 5 of the tower. This was the last run before I was able to get my new legendary boots, and I'm sharing with you my spec and how I went about it. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to follow, like it, share it with your friends. But yeah, here's the breakdown and how I did it. So before we get into the run itself, just a little bit about my warrior. I am at 183, I'm in full mythic gear, there's a little bit of mythic too. Stats are primarily between tanking stats and some junk fury gear, but it is all mythic gear. My warrior talents, however, are the following. So I take Devastator because I don't want to have to worry about pressing an extra button. It's a little bit lazy, but I also like the fact that you get the shield slam on the hit as well. I've got double time, so a lot of the builds that I've been running have had Smoldering Inertia, which are all charge based. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically when you charge, you get 200% damage for 4 seconds on Heroic Leap and Charge. It's super useful. Booming Voice, there are huge stacks of AoE. I don't know if it's just a protection thing, but there are a lot of group mobs. Having the extra damage was really handy. Having the minus damage was also really useful. But more importantly, when you get it up, you get that 40 rage, so you can instantly pull up a shield, which was really useful. The next thing, you'll find yourself, you'll be spamming avatar left, right and center. The skeletons, when they die, will explode. Having the extra range on the AoE was really nice, and also being able to slow them. I like the extra health from Indomitable. I was juggling this between Impending Victory, but I managed to survive quite nicely with Indomitable. And the next one that I went through was the Unstoppable Force. So just you use Avatar all the time, the extra damage and also the cooldown. So you do like Shield Slam, then you'll find yourself doing Thunderclap, and you can basically do it once every other global cooldown. And then this combined in with Anger Management, so you'll get some Brass Knuckles later. Your rage regeneration will be really high, and it will mean that you'll just be able to burn through all your rage, get Avatar back up, and just keep the cycle going. And that's what worked for me. So these are my talents, and I'll get on to the power list shortly. Hey guys, let's get down to the build. So the main strength, or the core idea behind this build, is to take advantage of rage production with health and ignore pain. Additionally, you also make use of Smoldering Inertia and the Ogadimo's Fist talent to produce your damage. So I've got all the talents up here now. I'm not going to go through all of them, but let's talk through the ones that are important for this build. So first of all, this seems to be the meme talent I get on every run. This is Golden Idol. This allows you to see where anima is being carried. If you are looking for cells or you struggle looking for cells, it's a nice one to pick up. I always seem to get it first talent through the door, so this is what I went for. Now, Ogadimu's Fist, I got this quite early into the run. This is a super strong talent. It makes Pummel knock away the target and stun them for 4 seconds. When you knock them away, this puts them in range for charge, which we will get onto a little bit later, which it stacks up nicely with Smoldering Intent. The next one that is absolutely necessary for this build is Bladed Bulwark. So this means that every time Ignore Pain is cast, you get a 50% chance to call up a shield wall, and I cannot emphasize how strong this is, and really nice for mitigating damage. The next one is just another stun in the mix of tricks. I seem to be fighting a lot of casters as a protection warrior. So this is a Pride Breaker's Anvil. It stuns for half a second with Condemn. And the next one, which is a base talent, which is super necessary, which is Succulent Carpaccio, which means that Ignore Pain absorbs an additional damage equal to 10% of your maximum health. I had 3 stacks of this, which was giving me a shield roughly for 24,000 damage and was really useful. So going back to Ogodimu's Fist, as we were talking about, next talent is Smoldering Inertia. This is the only epic anima power. It seems to be fairly common across the board. I got this on the 3rd floor, I believe. And this one really works nicely. So what happens is when you charge in, you get 200% damage for 4 seconds. So what you can do is you can stun for 4 seconds, you can knock them back, you can charge them in, you can use your avatar, you can use a demoralizing shout for 20% more damage, and then you can do a huge amount of AoE damage, and it works out really nicely. The next one I always like to have on all my builds, which is Brawler's Brass, which means that you get that extra rage generation. It just means that you can keep up Ignore Pain and stacking on top of that. And then another one that adds in really nicely is Obleron, which gives you 15% extra health. And if you can get even one of these, adds a huge amount to the actual build itself. I got one this run. The next one, I don't know whether or not it adds that much to it, but I take it every time I get it. And this one is Bludge Gorge Leech, and it means your damaging spells and abilities have a high chance to heal you for 5% of your maximum health. So if you aren't able to keep up Ignore Pain, it is a nice alternative just to keep your health stacked up. So these are all the talents that I took, all the cells for the build. Let me know how you get on with using them. I'm going to show you a quick run of the actual tower climb itself. So enjoy, and thank you for listening.